Hi, my name's Sophia. Welcome to this Tarot Love reading. So I'm going to jump straight in. So what I'm actually getting is it's not going your way. You're not happy. It's not going your way, this connection. And also some of you need to speak about something. But yeah, the connection's not going your way. This is also about, as I'm always saying, you've got to go and get your connection with your person, and it's not, try to see it as bigger than that, than just, oh, I've got to get my person, because it's about going and get things in your life. For example, if you want to be a doctor, it's 8 years studying, and even after the 8 years of studying, you still are not guaranteed to be a doctor. Maybe, things change, time you be 8 years, you might change your mind, you might get into it and not like it. It's like nothing's really guaranteed. And that's what the problem is. You're like, it's taking so long. But as I'm always saying, this is divine connection. It's a reason for it and why it takes so long and stuff like that. Now, it's not going to take 8 years. What it does, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, what is your part of the connection? As usual, 3 of Wands, just waiting for your person. So let's jump in. The Lovers is here. That's a good card. Oh, you're waiting for your love. Okay. Was that good? Let's see. Changing of your perspective of how you see things to be. I remember earlier on, wow. And I remember about 2 years ago, I was like, oh my gosh, this is way long with the connection, way long, right? And obviously I'm used to having connections such as you, which you meet them and you just start dating, right? The twin flame connection, you never really date. It takes so long and stuff. And I might put a little something in the Facebook group, unless you're in the Facebook group, you might get it, about why that is and how I dealt with it. But I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is long. And if I nail my person, I might still lose him anyway. But that's what this connection is. It's like, for example, say if you take a decade to be an A-lister Hollywood star, most presume, for example, Brad Pitt is nailed it, right? But if he goes for, I don't know what it's called, an interview, right? I presume it's called something different, but I don't know why. But, an interview for a role in a Hollywood movie, you think Brad Pitt's going to get it. But what if Tom Cruise applies, right? So there always is got to be open to not being successful. And, with such highs, such lows, they always worry about how they look with plastic surgery and all that kind of thing. By having such riches and being successful on the TV, you worry about how you look more, and with this connection, with such a high, there's such a low, and that's where you say your person with all the lows. But that lows is so that you can teach the majority of planet Earth, the 98%, about how to do things. And you must be a student first before you're a master. And this is about you becoming a student, the fool's journey, right? Onto this mastery level. Then you can teach others. So what I'm trying to say is that even if you think it's taking slow, and you like me back then, how I changed that, I was like, nothing's set in stone. Even though the twin flame connection, pretty much it is, when you get that connection, you pretty much nail it. Unless you haven't done the inner work, that's when twin flames fail. Say you get married and you live with them, and that could fail afterwards. But generally, time you do all the work and blah, 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 you know your person, twin flames is for life. But still, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this third party, they're so, they just want my person so much, right? And I don't want to call him my person. I don't like to say his name either. I don't like to talk about it. They just want David so much, right? They just want him, right? I don't even, one of them I think maybe thinks it's love, but and my point is that I was like, and he's got kids with her, so that's going to be a problem for ages. But I was like, I've just got to, you just got to deal with it. You lot just want the third party to go away, and then your person comes towards you. This is like That's like Brad Pitt saying, I just want Tom Cruise to go away, and then I'll always get the movie roles. This is you have to deal with the situation. Okay, that's channeled. Let's get into the cards. Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Strength card. That's having the strength to deal with the physicality, which is pretty much what I say. It's dealing with, if you want a new solid beginning with your person, and it's like looking at the solid, looking at the physicality properly, how it's going to be, and trusting yourself, having the strength to deal with that, having the strength to understand your starseed, your light worker, blah, blah, blah. And like I said in the video yesterday, you know, Hulk, Superman, Spider-Man are all in movies together. And they have to look at the other person, like, I don't know, you know, Superman has to look at Spider-Man when they're working together. Oh my gosh, he's pretty good. And compare to each other. And their competition, really. There's something here, yeah, about your choices. I would say kind of, it's not, Three of Cups is not here. But I will say with Seven of Cups, this is about how you perceive things to be. Because that's what I'm getting from Block. It's about your perception of how you see things to be, and your person absolutely changes your perspective of how you see things, coming out of that rooted belief system, hanging on a tree with a hanged man, staying stuck in one way of doing it. And that's why the majority of people on planet Earth are poor and skin and are not successful and depressed and stuff like that, because they don't do a 180 in changing their perspective. So this is about stop waiting for your person on the Lovers. You'll feel, I felt, did I say at the beginning there was a bit of sadness? Maybe I said it because I can't remember, but there was definitely a bit of sadness I felt. But with the hands in the Lovers card here, this is you're feeling that connection. You're feeling the love of your person. But you're like, there's no balance with the polarities here, but you know you're energetically pulled towards them. It's like you're tired of being out in the cold. You're tired of being defensive to the connection. You just want to give in and just like, look, can't we just date and just be normal? That's what I'm kind of getting. Kind of fed up kind of energy here is what I'm getting. Why is it so hard? Because when you nail it, you're a master. You're a master. Those, I don't know how many twin flames are up on YouTube that are together, but I would say if I'm guesstimating 10, right, and I'd done a kind of search and I couldn't find 10, my sister said put in more keywords, but anyway, if, and I think this is a massive big if there's 20, I doubt, but if there's 20, fuck me gently. How many famous people are there, right? So you trying to say, you got to understand this concept. Listen and hear me. It's harder, right, to get with your twin flame than to be famous. Because surely you know more than 20 famous people. And I'm talking A-listers. And I doubt there's 20 twin flames together on this platform. And YouTube is bigger than television. That's how difficult it is. But let's flip that. Like this, let's transmute that negative energy. That's what transmutation of negative energy is. So if a Hollywood star is known and everyone knows them and it's that hard, but look at the positive. They're known, they're successful, they're financially abundant, they're living their dream life, let's just say, which not always, but yes. Then, and if it's harder for you to know your twin flame, although they're making it clear it's not hard, you're just not changing your beliefs of how to do it. But then what of a reward you'll get? More of a reward than being a Hollywood superstar. And I'll tell you why that is. Because to be a Hollywood superstar doesn't mean you know the person that you have this connection with your twin flame. I could get, I'm not saying I can, but just say I got Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt wouldn't be my twin flame. So although he's an international superstar, Hollywood movie, whatevers, I wouldn't have that connection which I have with David. So what I'm saying is that the heightened level of this with the two polarities of the black and white within this card, right, you feel that heightened connection. You always feel that energetic charge, right? Can you see the energy, the lightning, right? You're getting towers anyway, about the connection. But like I said, if I said to you, would you want to remove that deep love connection that no one can really describe? You can't explain it to a soulmate who isn't a twin flame, and replace that to be a Hollywood superstar. What would you say? Because there's loads of Hollywood superstars. This is a very unique connection. So you're focused on the negative, but if you nail it, you're big. I could walk past Beyonce. I could walk past Beyonce. Yeah, you got an amazing voice, Beyonce. You know, if I talk to her, which I doubt I would, right? I'll probably look because, you know, curiosity to see her in the flesh, right? But but so is Adele. So is Rihanna, right? A twin flame connection is unique, right? We all feel the same. The hands, right? The lovers, like I said, the lovers card is the standout card here. We all feel it, right? But each twin flame is an individual, different galactic gift, an ability to help save this planet. That's it. Beyonce's voice is unique. You know, no one else is kind of like Beyonce, yes. But there's loads of singers is what I'm trying to say. There's loads of twin flames, but nowhere's as near as to the singing element of the famous and stuff like that. So this is about transmuting that negative, and the only way you can do that, like I say, is counselling. You can book David as well, right? He's go to the New Earth community, go to the Twin Flame playlist. One sec. Sorry, my door knocked. Postman. So the Ace of Pentacles is about like feeling what's real. It's more about facing what's real, I would say. And changing this waiting, because it's like you're armored up when you're defensive, 9 of Wands to the 3 of Wands. And it's like you're like defensive to the connection, don't know what to do, how to move forward. It's like take that armor and use it as a positive to go towards what you want. It's like most people who are soulmates, they just jump in and they don't think about it correctly, and they might nail their person, but most divorce happens anyway. This connection actually teaches you to then teach others. Do you really? I was married to 10 years to someone. I didn't even really love that person. Didn't even think about it. I know people who are in marriages and they don't love the person and they're like, well, I can't find someone else, or I'm used to that person, or just because I got kids, or just because I got the piece of paper. This is like the longevity teaches you so much. It's not just, oh, my person's so long, but like I said, I'm going to put a little post in this in the Facebook group, so check that out. It's in the description box, but if you're in the Facebook group, this video goes on many platforms. The 9 of Wands. This is about the sun and the moon, understanding the light and the dark. Yeah, this is about the polarities. With such light, you get such dark. And you know that. The more popular you are, more successful, more drama, more, you know, when I started to get more money in my life, and I'm not saying by any stretch I'm a millionaire or anything like that, but, you know, I'm okay. I'm probably in my family the most abundant in my family. I notice how they always look up to me, always expect me to be there, always expect me to pay, or, you know, and on top of the paying situation, it's like they think somehow everyone who sees me who's got money thinks I'm having money doesn't, I don't get upset. You know, if they take money from me and they don't pay it back, it don't bother me. It's like I don't have it sort of any emotions or something like that. You know, oh, you're all right, you got money, you know, go and have a massage, it make you feel better. Like, it doesn't hurt you. And this is like you have a massive connection and you're going through the painful element, but you need to focus on the positives of it, with the dark and the light, the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon is the twin flame counterparts, right? The light and the dark, right? But with the light of the sun, the moon is the dark, right? But they both needed. This is part of your connection, the starseed light worker connection. It's like you need to know the twin flame journey. Why the twin flame program, right? It's got things, the master probe, all of it talks about, anyway, the temperance. Yeah, this is about the delay. Trust me, I'm the same. I still think, oh my God, it's so long, it's so draining. But I'll be honest, what kind of scares me is, like, will I get anyone that feels what I feel that way? That's it. And whenever I ask them, I keep saying, I've had this thing about ask them if you're on track. They always say yes. That's it. So I'm like, okay, I know, I ask, my higher self, if you want to call it that. 7 of Cups. So you might be fearing your person. Well, that's probably why I said that situation will choose another option. You're defensive about your person and their choices, but you have to let them go through that. There's nothing worse. And I'll put it from my situation. Like, maybe David's baby's mum thinks that she's won because she's got the kids with him and he goes round there and sees the kids and blah, 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 right? And she knows that David is a great dad and he's always wanted to be that family, such as your person. I'm not just bigging up David. Generally, they stay in that third party because they kind of want to be that family man, the provider. So maybe she thinks she wins. But how I flipped it, which is transmutation of negative energy, I'll be like, if she asked David truthfully and there was no lying and deception and nothing like that, David, do you love me or do you love Sophia? Who do you love more? Hands down, I'll win. I would never want to be in a situation living with someone with kids who love someone else. That's how I change it. And that's the third party situation. Which one do you want to be? So why are you hating on your person's choices when he really chooses you? Just because he or she is casual doesn't mean that they don't love you. And this is understanding the connection. Like I said, if you're a doctor, 8 years, you might not even get to be the doctor. Something might happen during that 8 years, or 8 years they investigate your past and, oh, well, you used to be a heroin addict or you're connected to a I remember I went for a job. Well, it was a voluntary job and I was best friends with this guy in the I was in a volunteering in a charity shop. Do not do that, right? That's when I'll put it clearly, asleep. Didn't know about them taking all the money. I left that and I decided to do it again. When weren't sure what I was doing in my life, I always done volunteering instead of just doing nothing. So I asked for a reference from the first volunteer shop. And the guy who I was best friends with, this guy in the shop, because we worked the same days, that guy stole money out the till. So because we were best friends, the manager who I asked for a reference when I went to another one I don't know, but I didn't get the job. And I knew it was because he knew I was connected to that guy. I didn't nick no money from no till. What I'm trying to say is, like, I had no idea that manager would put me in the frame, whatever he said, because he was like, I got your reference, but I can't give you the job. Obviously, I was pissed off. I was like, oh, that's divine. Fuck this, doing this charity work. And then obviously now I'm like, yeah, I'm working for free, getting all these clothes, sorting it all out, this crap, whilst the big boys get all the money. So my point is that nothing is, and that's how the planet is supposed to be. Nothing is set in stone. But this isn't like necessarily saying, oh, don't go towards your twin flame because it's not set in stone. Generally, that is the purpose. This is about blind faith. You do have that knowing, because if you didn't have that knowing that you was going to settle down and be with your twin flame forever, those twin flames wouldn't even, feminines wouldn't even bother, right? You wouldn't be bothered. So there's some doubt here because of how your person is showing up with the 7 of Cups. So you're defensive. But like I said, this is about having blind faith and going to things anyway. Because of, if not, you'll stay small. And that's what it is. People just settle. Aim for the moon and you'll hit the stars. Most people do aim for things and they hit. Meaning that, yeah, I aim to be a mechanic, right? Why can't you have 20 mechanic places? Oh, I'll just be the one. You know, they just aim for it and they hit. They don't aim high, is what I'm trying to say. Aiming for your person, like I said, 3 of Wands, getting your armor on, you're already defensive. Yeah, you transmute that defensive and go fight for your person, for this connection, for the divine, for changing planet Earth, all of it. And like I say, go get your person, but it's not about the concept of your person. It's like by going for your person, what you learned during that process. So it's not necessarily about you just go and get your twin flame. It's not that. It's a bigger reason is what I'm trying to say. But by doing that, it transforms your life instead of just waiting for your person to transform. Let's get some additional cards. The sun today is upright. It's like the sun, the high priestess, and the 9 of cups. Wow. I didn't show you these ones, apart from the lovers. The lovers is a brilliant card. I don't like the 2 of cups. It's about, well, 2 of cups to me is good, but it's a, kind of the love. But it's like choosing yourself. And many people say choices, but the lovers is you, yeah, right. That's about you love this person. And generally they love you back, right? And that's what this is. You love this person, they love you back, but you're just waiting for them. The sun, the high priestess, the 9 of cups is this is like, fuck's sake, the high priestess. You know this is your happiness. 9 of cups, your wish fulfillment, right? They emotionally fulfill you. 9 cups, I think this is connected to my yesterday's reading, but 1 more cup, that's your person you're waiting for. And then it's 10 of cups, complete fulfillment, right? But this is like I said, blind faith. High priestess. High priestess is all about, like I said, you're focused on the physical. You see the feminine hand holding that pentacle? You're too focused on literally my person physically living here, physically getting married. The twin flames counterparts, it's the sun and the moon. The moon and the sun right here. And the high priestess and the hierophant, higher levels of reality. This is you waiting on the physical. So the high priestess is, you know, this is your person. The happiness, right? And the 9 of cups. You know that. But it's about the esoteric, the unknown. That's why we do image readings. You know, it's about energy, not the physical cards. So it's like you have a knowing. You can't put your finger on it. You can't explain it. You can't explain the twin flame connection. I have a twin sister. Twin sister. She was married, I don't know, 11 years I'm getting. Wow, is it 11? I'm going to have to ask her. But I think she was with him for 15 years. He passed on. Bless his cotton socks. I still connect with him upstairs. And he's, you know, he passed over. And about 5 years later, I met my twin flame. And when I met David, I said to her, it's weird. I met this guy and my head started spinning. You know what it's like when you meet them sometimes, all this. I was like, it was like weird and world, and I'm getting this, I can't stop thinking about him. And she was like, twin flame, twin flame, twin flame. I was like, what? What are you on about? My point is, she was with this connection, married to, got a kid with, right? 15 years and never spoke to me about twin flame. Only when I met my twin flame, David, I said to her, why didn't you tell me about you was with twin flame with Matthew? You know what she said to me? Because you would never know what it was, because you've never met a twin flame until you met David. I was like, oh. So my point is, you can't explain it. You can't, and it's true. You can't talk about it. You can't. This is the high priestess. That's why the high priestess is a hierophant, because it's a higher connection. And that's what you must study, right? Well, not study, but, well, yeah, you can study the twin flame program. Well, I always say, don't listen, study it, right? This is what this is about, this divine connection, higher realms. And once again, this is about, with a temperance, stop being two-faced, right? You see the two faces, but this is also, the temperance is two souls in one body. How can you explain that to a soulmate? I've met someone and I feel like a past life connection. We got two souls in one body, right? You might get away with it because you're probably doing tarot and crystals and all these. But me, I'm like, no one knows me as a crystal. I ain't got really, well, I've got a couple of crystals because they look nice, but you know, someone wouldn't see me as doing tarot. Someone wouldn't see me as a spiritual person. Hence why they pick me, because you don't have to be like wearing all crystals, although that's not crystal. Anyway, all that, oh, love and light, namaste. You don't need to be talking like that. Come on now, right? You don't need to. Like, this is about balancing out the negative with the positive, the black, the white. Because you're feeling that energetic charge. There's something about a tower moment as well. So this is, the tower, what I'm getting is your foundation needs to crumble. But how you see the connection to be. How you see it to be. If your person's over in a third party and they're coming towards you, right? They don't have to. They don't just do it because of, it's such a risk to them to come towards you. This is changing your perspective, right? They don't want to lose that connection because of kids. Generally, if it's not kids, then it's family, tradition, and religion, right? Say your person's with a third party. So they come towards you. That's a risk of them losing that connection. That's it. But you see, it's, well, they don't, you know, they're using me and all this is changing your perspective. And I keep saying, if you had a life, you wouldn't be so pulled into their life. And leave it to the divine, because you know it's a divine connection to when this is in your hand. Oh, here we go. This is why. I want to show you it. This is you. Oh, Sophia, I'm an alien and opening up my heart. But the actual cards, you can read it clearly. Friends and family are still influencing you. Stop looking for validation of love outside. I said this is about the physicality outside of you. High priestess is here. This is inner knowing, inner vision, intuition. Read my book. Look at all those are the friends and the family, but they're negative. Does that mean they're saying fuck off your twin flame? They could do if you actually tell them about them. They're like, nah, he's a cheat, or she's a bitch, get rid of her and all that, right? When how dare they even have a right to cuss someone who they've never even spoken to, right? They don't know their situation. I done a reading yesterday and I said to you, I've known this plumber guy 7 years and he just said he's got a daughter who's anorexic. The shame I felt from him, it was overwhelming. He couldn't even look at me in the eye when he was telling me. I'm like, you don't know people's situation, but these people are judging you. But you're like, oh, it's all right, I'm spiritual, I'm kind, right? But you're surrounded by negative people, friends and family. Oh, he should be coming towards you by now. Says who? Well, tell me the book of like, it should be 1 year and then your twin flame should come towards you. You show me that. Show me the book of, well, yeah, when you get with someone, it should be within a year or two, according to Aunt Sarah Louise, that, or your mother, Mary Jo, that they got to come towards you. You show me that law, right? We're talking natural laws, which is energy, like I said, what you feel. And this is a divine. See the hands from above. This is divine. You feel this is divine. So this is about getting balance, like I said, with the two polarities, the black and the white, right, with the polarities, which is, why are you saying about the, I know it's Solomon's. What's that got to do with? Yeah, this is about connecting with, yeah, you lot, the last few readings, you're not connecting. You're not you're too physical. You're too 3D. You're not connecting. And it's the darkness is taken over you. It's friends and family's got to be here. And with the temperance, like I said, this is all about, look at all these 3 cards here. So the only one that's missing is the justice scales. The black and the white, the 2 faces. Well, mine is green and white, but the 2 it's supposed to be black and white. And the black and the white. This is about getting balance and tempering yourself. So you could be pissed off as well with the temper, with the high priest, the temperance. You're pissed off. Like I said, I felt a sadness, an agitation. It's not working, nothing. Well, change it. Keep doing what you're doing. Once again, with energy, you keep doing the same shit, you're going to get the same shit. Energetically, doesn't make any difference. And I keep saying that in my readings as well. Lifestyle change. Life. Change your life. If you're going to the gym, yeah, that might be something different, which you've never done before. But if you're still eating negative, shitty food, and you're only just going on a bike like that, you're not really putting any effort into it, it won't change. You have to do something that you will feel energetically is a lifestyle change. And meeting your twin flame, that's a massive change of energetic frequency. But you're still doing the same old, same old. You need to match. That's why it's called twin flame match, right? The flame, the match. You need to match that energetic frequency for it to change. Now, it doesn't mean that it's an overnight thing. Hence, the community is here to help you. But that's what you want your person to do. A massive change whilst you do what? Well, Sophia, I'm doing tarot. Sophia, I've got some crystals. I'm burning some sage. Why don't you get a pint of milk and just expect your person to come towards you? What is that to do with that massive thing that you want him to do with him, right? Or her coming away from their friends and family? That's what you want them to do. And maybe, just maybe, depending on your situation, because this is how they think. It doesn't work out like that. This is what they think. They will lose their kids. Or if they haven't got kids, then I'll lose my family, my mum and dad. That's what they think. Whilst you just change your job or do a hobby. I've learned astrology, Sophia. Match it is what I'm trying to say. Yep. You're so different to what I'm used to, but I love that. You're different, but you're just plain the same, right? And this ain't to do with spirituality. It isn't to do with spirituality. This is to do with you're alien different. You think naively, arrogantly, I would say, that, oh yeah, I am different because his third party is a hairdresser or just a mum indoors. I'm a spiritual person. That's arrogance, man. That's not the difference. The difference is the alien, the galactic, right? Because spirituality to them is, fuck all, that isn't different at all. That's not really different at all. Fear is holding me back. That's both of you. Your person fears leaving that situation and you fear going towards doing the inner work, changing your career, doing all that kind of thing. Fear. People say false evidence appearing real. I say fuck everything and rise. That's what I call fear. Fuck it. Right? Fuck everything and rise. I needed to make, this one keeps coming up. I needed to make sense of this connection. You don't understand this connection. And most twin flames, I don't know. I'll take that. Okay, they're correcting me, so cool. But, well, they're not correcting me because I didn't actually say it, but how I was thinking about it. They don't go into the depths of the connection, is what I'm trying to say. Twin flames are out there and this is no disrespect to them, even though they probably think I am, and I couldn't give two fucks, but they say it's about self-love. Yes, of course it is. And they say maybe about the inner child or releasing sexual abuse. Yes, of course. But they don't go into, they say it's connected with 3D and 5D. Yes, it is. But they don't go into the deep depths of it. It's more than what you think it is to be. You can get a soulmate and talk about self-love. You can get a soulmate to talk to you about 5D, right? You can get a soulmate to talk to you like sexual abuse. This connection, like I said, is different than a soulmate. So if you're getting a twin flame that's saying stuff to you, that's, like I said, we do image readings. That's different, right? They might be out there now. People were always nicking stuff from this community. Good luck with that, right? I couldn't give two shits. But you need to know about quantum physics. You need to know about like the laws of the universe. You need to know about the all-seeing eye. You need to know about the elite secret society. If you're not, that's what a twin flame is. Not just self-love. Namaste. I love you. It's not just that. That's soulmate. This is a different connection. So the agitation and the irritation you're feeling is because you're just focused on the 3D, the physical. And like I said in my reading yesterday, who is the physical? The Empress. You're the High Priestess. You're the High Priestess. You want to know more? Book someone in this community. Start. Fuck's sake, start. It's another year, February, another year of same old, same old. Which, Einstein's words, is insanity. Speak to you later.